Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 27 of coloring Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Last time we got that wall done. Let me just get that light out of the way and that, oh my god. Alright, well, light issues, might as well start right now. I actually already put all my pencils away, sorta, because I feel like this is a different color. So first off, I guess we'll be picking colors. And I'm already going to, well, I don't know, I feel like that is a lot of gray, actually. And in grays, I do prefer the polys. So, let's just pick some colors. See, oh my god, this is why I hate them, though. I'm going to do field number 5. Was that the cold gray? Cold gray 5. Is that this one? 2, 3, 4. Let's just go with that. The darker part, yeah. And we did that, and then the dark part is like right on top. I mean, we could go over that with something, but I'll just do that later. I don't know, I feel like it might not be so gray after all. We got that 5. And, I don't know, maybe the 6. Yeah, the 6, which is 2, 3, 5. And I'm seeing blobs of things. Actually tidied up. So sanguine 188. And there's something in there, but I'm just gonna get light flash or beige red 132, and that should get me started. That is probably the, yeah, that's a sanguine as well. It is a greenish kind of thing going on there. Chrome oxide 278. Maybe I should go over that with the 167 permanent green olive, and then we'll just, yeah. These actually seem like the kind of colors you would use for a wall, strangely enough. Alright, so my points are all nice and sharp. Let's see if I can adjust the light. Well, we're gonna have to see how the lights are, really. I feel a bit blinded by now. Alright, so I'm just gonna start over there. Just grab black, because I feel like, you know, that was that very, very, very dark black, which is okay right now. It really is. Just kind of want to smooth into, well, everything in the front. Oh, the camera's in a bit of an annoying position for me. I've noticed that I'm kind of like on top, so you can't really see what I'm doing when I just move so that you can look from the side. Although I'd be happy if I can actually remind myself to just stay on screen. Yeah. There's just not much going on. There's a speckle. Speckles. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if my stomach goes all kinds of grumpy. It's a bit of a national holiday, so I think I had more treats than I had actual food. So, oh well. Fun is part of life, I guess. I don't really need a whole lot of black, do I? Why did I even grab it? Well, so I feel like All right, let's just get to that speckle. Can we? Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. Should be around here. A speckle. Guess you don't really need it, but I want it. This is kind of a swirl. Just put that in there. So much traffic. Probably people coming from downtown. Where the partying was. It kind of continues into there. I feel like that actually kind of looks okay. And then we had debatable blobbies, because that's a word now. A blobby is a thing. What was it? The last one was, yeah, it was short, but it wasn't short. That's okay. I had that 6 probably for the background. This is the 5, I think. Oh, yes, 6. See, that's really, I don't like these names. I get confused quickly, especially when you just want to grab a pencil. No, I don't want to be thinking about that. All right, so there's like that shimmer kind of goes around there as well. So I'll just sort of go around it. Now, I don't know how far we're going to get, but I'm thinking that part of the wall, that, and maybe, I mean, I should be doing the shovel because it's probably the same colors anyways. The shovel and the pickaxe. But I figured, you know, let's just do that wall first. And then we'll just see. So I'm kind of coming to that ground area where, I don't know if I could do much dividing there. It's probably just going to be one big thing, and I don't know, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that in an acceptable way, because I don't want to be cutting it up weirdly. It should make sense. But well, that is not going to be this time. We're not going to get to all that. Not this time. So I guess I still have some time to think about that. I mean, I could say if you have some bright ideas about that, put them in the comments, but yeah, I don't know. I might be in the flow and might just continue coloring. I'm gonna grab that darker green, which is the chrome oxide. Although, I might want to accentuate where the roses kind of stop before actually going into that blurry green. Yeah, my lights are still a bit annoying. I don't know how that's possible, because I mean, I've had these lights since part 1. I mean, they've been here all this time. I should just move back. It's probably because I'm getting to the bottom of the page. Could move the book up, maybe. I don't know. Just as a human being, we need something to complain about. I feel like I should just sort of scribble some green in. Alright, now we had that permanent green olive, which I was going to put over there, I think. Is this why I grabbed it? Must be. Alright, now I'm going to go one light layer with the number 5, I think. Yes, the number 5. because I'm pretty sure I established that that was the main color. So if I just go in lightly, then I get a better feel of what it would need. Like, do I need some yellow in there, or brown, or whatever? Or is this just the right color? I feel like it might actually be too dark. But those shimmers, I'm gonna have to do first. And I probably use the combination of beige, ash gray, and light beige. So I'll just do that now as well. I'm just gonna go for that beige on the outsides. Kind of merge into whatever kind of gray we're gonna be using. And into that beige. As long as it sort of matches with next to it, and we're good. And then this was the ash gray. I'm not sure how I forgot about the shimmers, but because I could have just done this the last time. It was a short video anyways. And I guess, you know, I do have like a certain amount of minutes that I think, like, yeah, you know, I want it to be at least an hour. And I guess when I get to 1:30, I kind of start looking like, can I go on, or should I stop? Or right, and I'm just going over that black, which is not going to be too successful. I can already see that, but it's going to be better than nothing. Because it does need some shimmers. Shimmers around the shimmers. It's like the glow that goes around the shimmer. Guess going all black was a bit silly, but we learn. Just totally forgot to put that glow in. As you can see, if you're a little bit persistent, you can still, you know, manipulate. Because this is actually going over that micron that I put there. So this is not smooth at all. Not smooth, but it is, you can't really, yeah, there you are. You can sort of see it. All right, now I feel like I went too gray. So I don't know if I'm gonna need a warm to counter it, or maybe just go into something, nope, this one. Because maybe just putting in a layer of, no, beige is not risky. Well, I could go over it with light beige, that would counter everything. These are just too cold, so I feel like I should go into maybe the warm gray, because now I'm in there, which is a rather dark one. So that would be the warm gray 5 then, which has a very interesting point. So that's the 274. I feel like that might actually be a little better, because that warm gray seems to have, well, some brown in there, I guess. It's just more warm. Not sure I like the length of the pencil, but I'm just sort of testing it. And I feel like I'm kind of going in the right direction. And this part of the wall shouldn't be too complicated. It's already kind of looking okay. But yeah, I think this is actually a good choice. Now I see some. There seems to be a little bit of scribble, just like very lightly. But you know, just putting it in is gonna be good. And so that might mean that I actually need the warm gray 4 as well. This is the 6. Wait, yes, this is it. See, that's my point. Somehow my mind just juggles everything around. I mean, I'm mostly focused on that warm gray part, but darker is a higher number. That's a good way to remember. Either way to 275. I know I'm very good at confusing everyone, but I don't have to start already. I usually start with the confusing bit a bit later. I just realized I had all these, like, well, treats, basically. So, that's a lot of sugar. We've already established that me and sugar probably not good. That's smart. Don't do too much sugar. So, yeah, that might be interesting. I guess my mind is calmer now. My foot doesn't hurt anymore. That's good. It hasn't really well, it has affected the uploads for me mostly. I actually had nights where I had to stay up because it was uploading, and I wanted to make sure I didn't even move them like from my phone to my laptop, because usually I just use my laptop to upload. I don't know, it gives me more options or something. It's just, I prefer it that way. That, and then it's just easier to use my phone and play games while I wait for the upload. But I've had times where I kind of had to wait up. I could say late, but it was early. Just ridiculous, because I had actually mentioned that I might not be able to, but, well, I had the option of staying up late or early, so I did, because, again, I like to keep my word. On the other hand, I don't think anyone is really losing sleep over it if I sort of miss a upload. But on the other hand, I mean, so far so good, so I want to keep that up. I'm going slightly into that side of the wall to kind of get that warm gray in there as well. But I feel like this is already, yeah, it's starting to look like something. So then this is the 5. This point is, that's a silly point. I'm so used to these right now that it just looks silly to me. People could be drunk people. It's kind of like I'm gonna wait with doing the color along because it might be noisy. But now, of course, I waited, and it's exactly the time that all the drunk people are trying to make their way home. So yeah, could have thought about that. Could have thought of that. Because, of course, with a national holiday, usually drinking is involved. It's pretty much a universal thing. I decided not to, because, of course, I still wanted to do some coloring, and, well, I don't know, I've never really tried doing that drunk. Probably don't want to. Alright, I feel like this is sort of going in the right direction. Although my lights are... No, this one could be over there. I feel this one is actually a bit nasty on the camera. Yes. Would this work? Yeah, that will work. Can I just turn this off? Yeah, I feel like if that would save me to battle. No longer battling that one. Might be double checking my screen every now and then. wait, I was said something about going over there with a light beige, right? Do I still want that? Or do I have a warm gray that is better? Wait, did I get that cool gray? 4. Is that 4? Did I get that? I have the 5. No, then no. So this is the 4. Is it the 4 that I'm looking for? I was looking for 4. Yes, 233. Yes. Okay. This might be better. Ooh, I kind of miss my light already. Why am I always fighting my lights? Always. Other than the camera, though. Yeah, seems kind of okay. Should just mount a camera to my head. That way, the light is just going to be the same for me as it is for the camera. Probably feel silly doing that though. As if I haven't done enough silly things already, but I'm still very happy with those shimmers though. They turn out so lovely. I feel like this is kind of okay. Though I do feel like I want to, and there was a little bit of a line in here. Is this the darkest gray I grabbed? Yes, because this is that 6. So there's a bit of a line in there. I mean, I am going to need lines because it's a rock. And so there was a thing over here, a thing over here, and a thing over there. It's just a lot of things, basically. I feel like if I don't add it, it's going to be too much of, well, one mass of gray, which it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a gray mass. Right, well, I kind of lost that green in here, but where are you going? I mean, it wasn't very green, but it needs that feeling that there's something green. And those, was it beige red, or one, well, that light pink we got, the 132, yeah, beige red, or light flesh, depending on when you got your pencils. But that's really kind of dominant in there. It's really showing up on the camera still, so that's good. This, by the way, was that number 5. Ah, yes, loud people finding their way home. That's the ash gray. I think I said something about going over there with the light beige. I'll just test that over here. And I feel like this went pretty quick. Like I'm missing something. But looking at the reference, this is actually a bit of a boring thing in the reference as well. So far so good, I'd say. Well, like if I feel like that went quick, but we're at 27 minutes. Well, you're not, I am. But I feel like it doesn't look bad though. I feel like I want to sort of match the colors a little bit more. And the last time I was a fan of that cocoa, so I need something like that. Something like the cocoa. Brownish beige could work with maybe beige. I'll just... Did I have the beige here? I have the beige. Yes. What was that? Well, so let's just see. Where will we test it? We'll test it over here. It's not doing anything. It's not really doing anything. Let's just sort of make it in the gray more gray. So not the beige. Let's just try that cocoa. So now is that cocoa 405? I feel that should be better because I mean I did everything over there with this. It's way darker than that beige that I tried earlier, so it should be easier to mix and match. Now this is me going over it lightly, considering this is way lighter than that beige, so I feel like if I press down too hard I'm going to lose every bit of color I already used. Now on this side it does have to be a little lighter, so I'm guessing the ash gray might work, which is not on here but is on here, because the ash gray is kind of, it's kind of, yeah. Because like the top is supposed to be a little lighter. I mean, everything is supposed to be a little lighter. Just using it on that, well, front side. I feel like that's about it. I mean, it looks kind of weird. Because it's like a way different color than that, so I might want to get that sanguine sort of in here to get that orangey thing that we had there, kind of. Well, it's continuing and stopping over here. That's kind of the point. Now it looks, I think now it looks a bit more, yeah, it looks a bit more, yeah. That's very informative, yeah. All right, so that's shovel, because we keep putting that off, and maybe someone was really looking forward to that shovel and be like, no, 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 you talked about that shovel, now color it. All right, so I'm mostly checking the browns, because I need very dark browns. So that's that. This is charcoal. I need this sepia. And there's like a grayish kind of, I don't know. So these don't really have that. Oh, that walnut might be in there. Grayish kind of brown. Yeah, that would put me on that cocoa again. Where did I just put that? So that should be it, I think. Don't need anything dark. Well, I mean, I always think I don't need anything darker and then I need one darker. Which is, of course, the dark sepia. Now, I'm also seeing something over there. Yes. Which is light, but it's probably not... Yes, it's not that one. Yes, it's in whatever. Wawa, not that one. I'm gonna grab the salmon. So nice, because I actually put all my pencils back in, like, with the coat up. Like that. Now, with these, it's actually easier to put them up. I mean, they don't really roll around as much. All right, now I'm really gonna have to focus for a little bit. I can do that. into all those browns. Now, the lightest one I think I have is that walnut. I'm just gonna go in with that first, although I'm seeing a little line kind of on the outside. See, that's what I mean. The polys, they kind of, well, take off. That line is probably, could I call it light beige? Time-wise, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I don't think I can even put this in here, but we are trying anyways. Just put it sort of on the line and hope for the best. Alright, so I think I said that the walnut was probably the lightest color. Which is already kind of dark, but well. Alright, so if I feel like I'm going a little bit dark with that walnut already, then that sepia might not be such a good idea. Let's just see what this does. Yeah, that's probably going to be too dark as well. Why is everything too dark? So this would be that, well, I think burnt umber. Is it the burnt umber? I have 280, which is burnt umber. Yeah. I mean, so over here it's kind of like on the left side, it seems to be lighter. Not that burnt umber is exactly a light kind of brown, but compared to the background, it definitely is. And there's all kinds of shimmers and shines. But I might want to put those in with the pit pen. Alright, so now I feel safe going into that sepia. Actually, from one of my Facebook posts, I got quite a few replies about the amount of detail, so that's kind of why I'm struggling with these tiny bits. That is indeed all detail. Because, I mean, just coloring it sort of one color or gradually going from light to dark, well, that doesn't seem too complicated. I just want to really try to replicate. I will also keep reminding you that you know, you don't have to replicate it. Well, meanwhile, I am struggling to do exactly that. Alright, now I'm gonna need something dark. Alright, this point is not gonna do. Actually still not too happy about it, but oh well. It's gonna have to do. Pretty sure I just had put at the camera because that needs to be done once every recording. Is there like something dark in the middle or something? Alright, now I feel like I should just go over that with that cocoa. Although that might actually make it merge into the background. But maybe if I go over that now with that, the burnt umber, I think. 280, that I can read. And that'll sort of force it back into being brown. Because I don't want these handles to merge with the background. That seems good. I mean, they're still sort of separate. I mean, this is kind of the same color-ish. So now for all the grays. All right. Of course, there's a hint of purple in there. I'm not sure if I want to go for this because it's just a hint. And I feel like that might just like magenta. Well, 119 anyways. And then I can go into the grays. There's a bit of brown in there as well. Get that burnt umber back. Now can we get to the grays? There's a light blue as well. It really is very light. So that's the blue pale. Maybe these grays are better. Get that sepia as well. I feel like it should go actually very cold, especially over there. The 05, which is just called gray. Probably something dark, so like grayish black. That might just be it though. Maybe some charcoal gray. We'll just start with that because isn't like a little bit? Feels like a little bit. I mean, it's cute that they actually put that part on there, like the back, but you can't see that anyways. So it's just that bottom part. And a little into here. I'll just fade it away. Over here, there's like some dark area as well. Not very dark, so I'm not going full pressure, but I guess I'm just using this to grayscale for a bit. There's a line over here. And I feel like I'm actually done with that. I'm just gonna go into this chaotic bunch. Just gonna start with that pink. This came out with a very fascinating point, which is definitely gonna break. Although I'm just gonna go in very light, so I should be okay. It's more like a feeling like there's like a pink purple in there. See, there it went. That's okay. I mean, I still have a point I can use. Where did it go though? Just like there's just that illusion of that. So by the time I go over this with everything else, this color will be gone. And I have that very blue, which actually feels kind of in there as well. Whoa, look at that. Just put that on top of that black line. That just went really well. But again, you know, you can just use pencils to sort of get rid of your lines. Maybe not always, but this guy, he also surprised me over there when we put those details on top. Just thinking, that's not going to work, but it definitely worked. For some reason I had brown. Why did I have brown? Top part. Yes, I see brown here. Oh yeah. Do collect your bin. Normally it would have been bin day, but it's a national holiday. So that means no bin day, no garbage day, whatever. Things are different today. We eat sweet stuff, get drunk. It's a thing. We all have that. All countries have that. Like national holidays where we do weird stuff. And we end up eating orange things, because that's of course a very Dutch thing. Everything becomes orange. Alright, grays. Lots of them. So that darker gray definitely over. Well, this is a different. This actually makes more sense though. So I'm gonna have to break that point. I can still use it. It's actually just in time remembering myself to actually sort of clear my phone, because I still had these previous ones on there, and at some point you just run out of storage. So I was just about to head up and record this, and I was like, wait, can I? Because I'm the kind of person that then notices, like, oh no, I don't have like enough room, but I'm not in time. So then my phone kind of gives a warning, and I would not be paying attention to that. So I'm glad I caught that on time. Alright, so this one, cannot forget about this one. Now, time-wise, I really have no idea what we're gonna achieve. Remember how I said how these don't roll away that easy? I take it back. I made him roll. Yeah, I have no idea, like, what we exactly can get done. Like I said, I want to sort of aim for at least 1 hour. And I already know that, the 2-hour ones, I just have trouble saving them. So when I get near an hour and a half, I kind of alert myself. We are not at an hour yet. I'm not. So after editing, we're definitely not. I feel like it doesn't look too weird. They look shovelly. So I have that charcoal gray. I don't know why, but I feel like I should use that. I also feel like I should use something, I don't know, like a lighter kind of gray. Which this one kind of has steel gray. Well, it would be steel probably. Point's good. I mean, the material probably would be real steel, so makes sense. And again, the lines are so different. I do feel like I went like a little too light on everything, but sure I can fix that. And I have that sepia, which I feel like I should really use over here to sort of push it into the back a bit more. Make it look dirty. These dwarves are hardworking dwarves. There's no way that this is a clean shovel or a clean pickaxe. I'm kind of missing that line, I feel. Where with missing, I mean, I actually feel like I miss it. Like I need it, but it is not there. Now it is. Stuck my head on the screen. Is that a new thing? I also kind of lost that brown. Just put that back in. I feel that is done. Alright. So, top and shovel. And they do look very, the shovel looks very shovelly. Just that thing. Alright, so I mentioned this part, and there is gems over there. Because I mean, time-wise, I could easily make it. Because that'll be, I think that is that blue that I couldn't figure out last time. I feel like it should be a gem. I want to get light blue. And what else? Maybe that light blue is just because it looks so friendly. I'm gonna get that marine blue. So that's 2. Rule of 3. I want a 3rd. Can I just get, just grab light blue? Because I feel like it does have a place in there. So that's my conflict. So it's there, but over there it's more to the left. But it needs to be put in. And I feel it's right here. So I was seeing that in a reference, and I can put it like a little bit down, but it's like his foot goes there, and it should be a little above, so it should be, I don't know, I see this and I feel this should be the gem. So this was into marine, so we started with the night blue, and we are now into that marine blue. And then that light blue, the literally the light blue. Let me just focus. Love that, love that, love that, love that. I feel like I should just go over that with that marine, which has a very weird, very breakable kind of point here, but well. I have noticed that emptying my sharpener, I feel like this is, well, being nicer on my pencil. I feel like it's, well, call it more economical, or is it economical? Well, either way, shaves off what it needs to shade off and not more. Well, shave off. Wow! Now there is, that one is definitely one. And I feel like those are very, it's either this bunch or, and I think that'll be it. Yeah, I think I'm going into that. So we have the Caput Mortum, which is 169. For the lightest color, I am thinking burnt carmine, which I haven't really used. 193. And the rule of 3. Here we go. I think Indian red. Let's just start with the darkest color. Well, so far it doesn't seem too bad to actually turn one of the lights off, I think. Right, so that darkest part is here. Is that someone violently getting into a car? Oh well. It's a noisy day. National holidays. That's actually not as bad. I was kind of expecting a lot more, and then it just didn't happen, so basically I just spent my entire day waiting for noise that wasn't there so that I could avoid it, if that makes any sense. I mean, normally when I'm not recording, I wouldn't even be bothered by it, because I like listening to music, and I usually use my headphones for that, so I hardly ever hear what's going on in the neighborhood. It's a great way to not hear your doorbell when a door salesman is there. Just be like, oh, I didn't hear you, I was listening to music. Well, no, I hate those. I just leave those. You can recognize those. When I see one of those approach, I just ignore that. Alright, there's another one right there. Ooh. Now that definitely has that 266. I love that color. I just love it. I don't know why. I like happy colors. That chrome, which we still had lying around, which is not called chrome, by the way. It's called, well, chrome oxide green. It's close enough, right? And something else. There is Yuki in there. I'll just use that permanent green olive. I feel like that is about it. And I could grab either the pine or the juniper to sort of blend with that, but chrome will work as well. Nice and pointy, although that's not clean. Really, I have to clean my sharpener for a bit. In a bit, or, well. Alright, so I saw, well, I did not see the camera because I just headbutted that again. Time-wise, I do feel like, after this little gemmy thing, we can still do something else. But I do feel like I should be picky about what that is. Especially because, I don't know if we can see that, but like that area is very big, and in the reference there's things going on, so I might spend some time with a gray, I think. And maybe I should start drawing in the things that aren't really there, so that when we do actually get there, we can do it in one go. That might be one of my options. Can't really ask because it's not live. Sometimes when I'm editing, I already kind of changed my mind. I'm like, no, that was stupid. You don't know it yet, but just wait till you get to editing. Actually had a conversation with someone today, like joking, like, what if I could actually hear my future self? That all of a sudden my own voice would come out of the phone and be like, no, don't do that. Don't do it. You are going to regret that. By the way, if that does happen, I'm gonna quit. That would be creepy, right? Would be funny. Only in movies. Only vivid imagination. Although sometimes when I'm editing, it's like I wish I could talk to myself or stop myself or make myself look at something. Like, check the screen, you are off screen. It's just kind of funny because that happened with, well, Doc's shoe. And I think it happened again with the flowers over there. But then on that side, when I was doing shading, I let it kind of catch that on time. So you'd think I'd be hyper vigilant, but I'm not. I'll probably go off screen at some point again. Alright, I feel like that is good. Looks like a gem. Now, I could make the mistake in thinking that is going to be easy, but I see it's, well, roughly 1.5. It's a little over, yeah, 1.7-ish. But I did gem, so I do believe that it might actually be smart to start drawing in little areas in here. I think that would be smart. Smarter. That would still give us a relatively short video now, but it would be more efficient later, I hope. So what is the average gray? What is a very... Do we have any neutral grays? We do not. But maybe if I just use a gray that kind of works everywhere. I mean, I could just use black. Probably. Just go for a color that I never use. Just challenge myself a bit. And there's nothing on there that's going to be helpful, so that one's tossed. Maybe the ivory black or slate gray. So many options. I think slate gray though. That 495. Which has a workable point, so that's good. It's just I have no idea where to start on this. It's ridiculous. But I feel like I should just get started on sort of shading here and there. Well, this one is giving off color crazy. I feel like this might actually be smarter because it will give an indication for the next time. I'm just, wow, I'm not even putting any pressure on this. This is a great one though. I feel like the grays in the Pablo set are all a bit on the soft side. So that means you really need no pressure at all. But I do feel like if kind of, and I could draw it in with a graphite pencil, could do that. Just feel like that would get me into trouble more. Alright, what is missing over here? There's like an entire plant. Wow. There's like a little cubey thingy over here. It seems like there's a cube missing, and it's like all green. Which is it over there? It's next to that. There's a... Does it touch the wheelbarrow at some point? Sort of over here. It goes up with a little thing down and a little thing going that way. there's some scribbly bits over here. I have no idea how they forgot this. I probably noticed it before and probably thought I'll just leave that. So here we are. That is a rock. Which rock? Which rock are you? I don't know which rock it is, but it is a rock. So, I don't know, just scribbly wibbly. Those aren't words. Use your words, Dodo. It's kind of a go with the flow kind of thing. Now, I was going to go in with my neat eraser, but I'm not. I feel like it should be very clear that those are lines. Basically just putting in the main shadows here. And over here is a bit of a messy mess. I think the shine is definitely coming from this side, so that is going there. And then it's over here. And a little bit underneath. I mean, right now it's kind of hard because I just have this, well, empty canvas almost. Right, so we have that, which has a bit of a darkness above it. Right up until, well, halfway. So there. And then it kind of has a thing over here, which goes into a thing over there. It has a little bit of a square that is not colored. Although I don't have to be too worried about that yet. It's just a bit of an indication, I guess. Alright, so the shadow is going... Oh, it's going this way now. Alright. Why not? That shadow is like, just going all over the place. We already established that light is coming from everywhere. Over here, sort of that way. This might actually take a while. Ooh. Ha, I got that. So it kind of just continues into that, which makes sense. Because of course, that wheelbarrow will create a shadow all over. So that thing kind of goes, yeah, why not? I mean, this is going to feel like we're not coloring anything. We are. Just the shadows, because I feel like if I don't do that, then the next part is going to be end shadows. And I'll be working on this. And I mean, this kind of looks silly. Maybe it even is. Actually goes a little bit dark next to this. So this kind of just continues. But the ground over here is actually a bit lighter, so I'm just leaving that open. Now we have these rocks here. I mean, that shadow kind of goes here and here. I mean, there's a lot of purple going to be involved again. Can already see that. I mean, basically this is all even. Over here it's going to be dark as well. Let's just sort of go here because now we have rocks to draw. Alright, so this. We are on screen. Good. That's got to be that. So there's that line going there. Now we're actually going to have to start paying attention. It goes into a little... Oh, there's something here. There's a line and then it goes kind of that way. this almost connects, but it doesn't quite, and then it kind of goes here. And that's another rock that kind of goes there. And then we have some sort of scribbly shade in front of that. And we have another one over here-ish. And go from here, yeah. I'll just put that right there. And it kind of goes up. It's kind of a sharp edge. I feel like that works. I mean, it looks like a rock. Then we have another one kind of comes out of that. And the light line is at the top, and then the shading will be at the bottom. Then there's a little thingy in front of that. Let's just dabble that in. Yeah, close enough. So, shimmer over there. Liney thingy over here, I think. Are we on screen? We are. Just move that to make sure. There's another little thingy right above there. They missed so much. I mean, this is not even fun anymore. Alright, so that one should have been closer to the wheel, I think, but... ah, well. Oh, well. Just make it bigger. Why not? Let's just make it bigger. And it's close to the wheel. As long as it kind of looks the same. Alright, so this is that. Scribbly rock. Put another scribbly rock right there. And this is just not funny anymore. I'm glad that I actually got that and that kind of done around the hour, because this is actually sort of taking a bit of time. I feel we should take that time. I was already kind of wondering, how am I going to do that? How will I be drawing this in? And, well, sort of make it interesting. I mean, not that it's more interesting doing it now than it would be when I do it later, but I feel it just makes sense to call it prep work. Alright, so you did that, and then there's a shady thingy going in that way, which is a rock. Just draw that in sort of in the back. Alright. Now these are like the biggest ones, so I felt like I should draw those in. I mean, there's way more going on, but I will be doing these lighter ones with like actual pencils and whatnot. I feel like I just needed to get the important ones out of the way. Alright, so we had that, which had a bit of a thingy in front. This goes that way, and then we had a scribbly bit. So like a scribbly bit, like another rock in front of it. More over here. I mean, that is like a circle. Okay. Yeah. Let's just draw these in. Can we see this? I can actually move the book up, which is good. actually gives me some room to work. Right, so that's right here. So we'll probably write down the color I used. Because I do like the way it looks. Kind of looks like it belongs. Like they should have done that. Alright, so that indentation is right here, and then there's a... Is that just above it? That is just above it. Now again, I could be doing this with a graphite pencil, but I don't know, I feel kind of good using this, well, gray. Makes sense. Sharpen it for a bit because I really want a good point. Alright, I'm not too happy that I actually have to draw this low on page, because one, drawing not my thing. Although we already established that putting in all these shadows and whatnot kind of is drawing, so it's like I can draw. It's just, I don't know, I don't see it as one of my, well, qualities or something, my forte. And then there's another little rocky thingy. I mean, these are just looking weird. I'm gonna work on that. Make them look like actual rocks, because now it's just weird. Is that a rock sort of on top of that? Or, no. So then we have another one. Kind of has a weird indentation, which we just put in there, sort of. And then it goes around. And we kind of have shading going on at the bottom. And maybe a little over here. I could do that next time. There's a little bit of a dark blob over here. Might as well just put that in as well. Something over here. Okay, so well, it seems somewhat that these luckily are already in there, which I'm happy about. I forgot a little something over here. Is that? Yeah, I sort of forgot. And so that is that. So that had to be in, yes. We are good. Now these over here. I don't know. Well, there's that, which kind of starts over here, goes down there, back in. I don't know. It's a bit of a whatever you like kind of situation here. Time-wise, I probably could have just continued the wall, but I don't know. I was just really not sure how to do all of this. I mean, if it's just me coloring, then I would have known. But it's not just me coloring. It's supposed to be a color along. So yeah, kind of have to explain. Can't really work with that. Oh, that looks all good. This looks good. And there's something dark in the front, but I can't really work with that. So we have these rocks. They are in. That one's in. That one's in. That little scribbly one is in. There's a little bit of something going on here too. And so that's that one. There's like a little one in front of it. At least there is now. Make that look like a mouse. Oh well. And so we had that when we had scribbly. It's just kind of like a big rock. This is that big rock. Just put that in. And yeah, then it kind of goes into some kind of flat rock over here in the shadow of that thing. There's just too much going on here that they haven't drawn in. Alright. That doesn't look half bad, does it? I'm gonna get that green in as well. Alright, so this is slate gray 495. I made sure I wrote that down. Yeah, this just looks a bit more detailed. And it's still not all, but I mean, most of it. Yeah. We also have that. Huh. So I have the 167 permanent green olive. The pine green 267, which we probably aren't going to use, so just put that to the side. Olive green yellowish 173. And chrome oxide green 278. I put that pine to the side so you know you can just see these pencils, and I'll make it easier to see what I'm using. I hope. Well, so far it's been one chaotic mess here anyways, so. Still kind of weird looking back on like part 1. So that was so different. I'm kind of more used to it now. Yes. Less nervous. Because I do cut things out every now and then. And sometimes I really have to because it's just... Well, my mic tends to make a weird noise. Not always, though. And actually, before I went in here, I decided to like double check and really clean, because I just used the plug thing. Was that a jet plug? Or... Well, either way, cleaned that too thoroughly. Now whether that made things better or worse, I will find out in editing. Because actually on the previous one I did hear a bit of a static noise. I mean, right now I'm mostly hearing stomach. But again, this time I have not really been eating well. I had some dinner and then, well, the rest of the day was basically desserts. I had dessert day. Sweets, 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 and those sweets had a lot of like, it was more like, yeah, well, I wouldn't even know what to call it, but it had like whipped cream in there, lots and lots of it, and then of course orange glazing. So I feel like that combo is gonna, probably not good. Although I haven't been all over the place in my coloring. I haven't been too hyper sugar. So that's good. Maybe I'm immune to sugar now. That will be something. Alright, this is that permanent green olive. I mean, they do look kind of green blobbleish. Timer just went to 1:30. Which is the point where I always decide to not start anything new, because, well, I think I just spent 30 minutes just drawing in a few rocks. Besides, my stomach is getting grumpy. So, I could do another... What? Not again. Who are you? We. What? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What? I do remember saying to myself, you know, before we start recording, we're going to put it into airplane mode. Guess what I forgot to do? Just one guess, or three, or... I did write down my grade, though. Because I said I was going to write it down. And I figured that is actually a good idea. It was a very creamy kind of gray, though. That works. It really does, doesn't it? I mean, it looks like it belongs anyways. Did I miss anything? So we did that. Highlights, yes. Alright, so I do remember saying I was going to do that with this, because it's like a highlight, but it's not a highlight. And this kind of fades once you put it on there, so kind of what I'm after. Because this is not real highlights, I guess. Sort of a fadey kind of highlight. There's a little thingy here too. Because that Posca is really opaque, and this is just kind of fades into the background again. Probably should not have done that. Alright, and there's a little bit of a shimmer over here. And just a very little over here. This one, well, this one actually has like two weird dots on it. That's about it. And then we had a little bit of a thing over here. Did I just go into that one? I think I have most of that done. That part. I think I grabbed the salmon because I want to go over that. Which again isn't working because you should use the Posca. But you know, this is kind of like a vague kind of area. This is not me trying to get rid of a line, this is me trying to get rid of the brown. Because I was going for a pink over here and then I sort of didn't. Because I kept going over that with brown. So this actually fixes it. So we have those shimmers who, I don't know if you can see, can I put that next to a shimmery shimmer? I mean, that is like really, really bright. And this is not so much. Those shimmers, I'm still kind of proud of those. And the shovel kind of really looks, what, shovelly. So I guess that means, well, we did finally get those two done. We got that done. Got the gems done. And then it seems like we didn't do anything, but, well, we do have all these stones in there now. I'm not sure if that's going to make it easier or maybe harder. I mean, we could divide this. This we could do like in sections, but this is an entirely different story. Well, I think first up we're going to do that part because I really had every intention of doing that. But, I mean, this was like 2 hours. Looking at the size of that, I mean, it's deceptive. It really is. So I feel this is actually a good solution. I mean, I did say that at some point we had to draw it in and out. Well, got that over with. My theory, again, is, you know, start with the boring things. because that looks like fun and that looks like fun. But once that's done, we'll be stuck with the non-fun things. So this is just my way to keep going. I really like it so far. And it feels like I haven't really done much this time, but I've learned to ignore that. I mean, I felt like that on many parts, and I'm so very okay with how it's turning out. So yeah, I do think that for now, that'll definitely be it. So for next time, we got that. And then we will see if we can get that out of the way. Although I am kind of looking forward to those tracks. They look like fun colors. They seem interesting. This, again, is lots and lots of purples. So next time, definitely the steps. So I'm kind of keeping my colors lying around. I feel like I missed some green over there too. Should I do that? No, it's just, yeah, no. I shouldn't I? I shall grab the pine green, because I just noticed that. But yeah, after this little touch up, I think I should call it quits. Yeah, I'm touching up a hell of a lot more, because it's just that green is kind of off. It does allow me to sort of less awkwardly go into that point of, if you like the video, do click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. You can see that a lot of people are watching, but like definitely not all are subscribed. So that might be a good idea, because I'm nowhere near done coloring yet. I mean, this page is, it is slowly creeping to an end, but coloring generally, I am not done. So do subscribe. And I will once again add the link to the Facebook group, so that, you know, if you are coloring along, you can just share your progress there. I mean, I'd love to see that. And maybe, you know, also love to meet the people that watch the videos. So we can kind of hang out on Facebook. So I will add that link in the description. And then, you know, I do hope to see some of you, and maybe some of your results, on that Facebook group. That would be awesome. Alright, so that looks less weird. Just a little bit over here. And that will be it. I'm actually kind of glad that I forgot that. That way I didn't have to do the whole like, subscribe, comment, Facebook group thing in the awkward way. So I guess that now leaves me to the... That was, I had a weird thing stuck on my hand. It's probably from snacking all day. I don't know. Why is that random crap coming out of random places? Alright, yeah, this really is it. So yeah, I have the awkward part done in a less awkward way than I did before. So yeah, for next time, definitely the rest of the steps, because we were going to do that, and then I kind of, well, I looked at the time and I was like, yeah. But this does, I feel like it actually looks kind of promising. I mean, sure, there is more, but these were the most, yeah, well, visible. I'm going to see a little thing over there too. Like a little brown, but we'll just get to that when we get there. When we're going there. So, yeah, that'll be next. This turned out good. Still proud of my Shimmer shovel, finally done, and the pickaxe. So, yeah. For now, thank you very much for watching. Hope you will join me for part 28. And for now, Have a good one.